Hello Leo, welcome to your January 2019 reading. My name is Debbie and welcome to Spirit in You. You probably remember me from last month, so this is only my second month of doing YouTube videos and doing the tarot for you. So I've got a timeline laid out here for you, which I'll go through in a moment. I've also got an animal card, which you can't see, but it's right here, and I've also got an angel card. So let's kick off your January 2019, and the first card that we've got is, can you see that okay? Yeah, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, so this is lovely. Now, when I'm thinking about you now, Leo, and I'm looking at this card and I can see it in the camera there, and I'm getting that sort of sensation of you. I'm getting of you being able to stand alone, you being able to do this yourself, whatever it is that you need to do. And this is actually in terms of your goals, your desires, your wishes, the things that are particularly important to you in your life. And it does feel like that. So I've got you almost sort of trailblazing. I've got you starting something that's important to you in terms of work as and a relationship as well, with you sort of standing there and being self-assured and running the show, just running the show. Now, these ones here that sort of feel like they've sort of fallen down, that's okay, because there's a certain amount of energy that's needed that actually just comes from within that you would have to use yourself anyway. Because if in order for you to achieve those goals, those desires, those dreams, you have to do a certain amount on your own. So this is just that there have been people helping you, but this is you standing there in your own, doing your own thing and being very able to do that. I like this flame here. I like the fact that it's a blaze, you know, it's that fire that you've got, that fire energy that you have that's actually, can you see it sort of lighting the way? And that's what you're doing. You're leading the way. Now, this will be good for you as well, because this is going to give you, particularly you personally, a sense of clarity. It's going to clear that muddle in your head if you've had any muddles, if you've been a little uncertain. As you go into January, things are just going to feel like they've illuminated, just like this light here, because that's how it's making me feel. So you're going to be coming into your own. And even though you've got a little way to go and you've got to get through the month, you're going to start off in a very positive sense because of you standing here and standing tall and standing proud and being sure. Now, this is you being driven as well. So there's a sense of you moving forward, you carrying a project forward, a plan forward. Maybe you're studying for something and you're doing this and you're moving forward with it. Maybe it's a new job and you're moving forward, or it's a part of your job that needs a bit more expansion, but you do it on your own. It's you doing that. You could be in some form of partnership or business where your business partners, you know, have sort of dropped back a little bit because you're leading the way. So leadership value here and being able to lead the way. I like this as a real good kick off into January. So start as you mean to finish, which is full steam ahead and guns blazing, as it were, but not in a bad way, just in a personal, determinated way, because that's how you do things, isn't it? Lovely. And then, so that's the first part of the first week. And then we go into, here we are, can you see that? Three of Cups. Lovely. Three of Cups. Form of celebration here, I would say. Form of something manifesting as well. Now, cups mean emotions. So yes, we've got some emotions here, and we've got these three birds here. These birds make me feel as if I want to sing. You know, I'm good at singing, I'm good at dancing, I'm good at performing. And it's also, these are my friends. I'm just chatting away to my friends. Could easily be my colleagues as well, but they're people that are involved in my life that I like to spend time with and I want to talk to. Could be I've got three siblings, but it's people that are important to me. The glasses, the goblets that are at the bottom here are showing a form of celebration for sure, and that comes in lots of different forms. It could be that emotionally you're starting to feel better, things are coming together, you feel like things have manifested and they've come not so much to fruition, but they're making a bit more sense for you on an emotional level, so that's great. So you could be celebrating something that's happened in your emotional life that just is making you feel better. And when I say celebrating, it could be literally just dancing, singing, and really partying because something good has happened. Or it could be that inner thing, you know, that the first cards that we had with you, with the ones you sort of stood there in your own right. It could be that you've just reached a form of understanding yourself and being quite happy that you are feeling emotionally better about things. So could be a celebration in the true sense of the word, something coming in, something lovely, community feel, spiritual thing, hanging out with friends and doing all sorts of stuff. Or it could be you just realising that actually you're feeling a bit steadier. So I get that sense of, you know, being propped up. So that's a nice feeling for you for the first week. And then as we go into the second week, we've got a lovely fire sign here. So this is a Sagittarian person. It's also the energy of you because you're a fire sign. So I just see this as movement with you, as the card will show you. See that arrow going. This is a sharpness of the mind. This is an ability to work things out. So you've not only have you got your goals and your desires and that driven aspect of you, and you've got that sociable aspect, something coming in, something we're celebrating, or something that's settling down for you on an emotional level. You've still got that drive going through the month. This is very much on an intellectual level. It's a thing. It's a mind. It's, you know, I talked about you, if you were a little bit muddled, perhaps you'd start to see a bit clearer. This is you going straight to it, cutting to the chase, moving forward very quickly, lots of energy, lots of intellectual energy. So you're going to be fired up, not just from your belly and raring to go, but intellectually you're going to be feeling on form. So any kind of projects or anything that you're involved in January at work, excuse me, or in your private life that requires that intellect, that requires you to think things through and to have a smart answer, you will be able to deliver that. I've got the energy coming in from both angles for you. So it's going to be there. It's going to be a fairly intense energy, but it's not one that you can't cope with. In fact, it's probably your own. So just be mindful of, you know, pacing yourself with this energy as it sort of throws itself to you. You'll just want to get on. It feels like that. You'll think, well, it's 2019. You know, I've got a game plan. I've got a goal. 2018. Well, it did what it did, and some of it was fantastic and some of it was slightly challenging. So I kind of want to direct my thoughts, my feelings, my plans, my goals, my aspirations. I want to steer them for 2019. Excuse me. And this card would say that you're able to do that. So you'll be using that intellect, that intelligence that you've got to show you the way. A little bit like that card, you know, at the very beginning of the Seven of Wands, where you were standing alone, sort of trailblazing and shining a light for everybody else. Follow me, I know which way I'm going. This does exactly the same. So good for you. So could be a Sagittarian, could be a Sagittarian male or female, could be their energy, could also be very much your energy driving you forward. And then really nicely, your very own card. Leo. Lovely, isn't it? Look, affinity. It's lovely. So you've got this beautiful strength card, which is your very own card. So obviously meant to have it. This, of course, you'll understand a certain amount of. This is your inner strength. This is your ability to be kind to others as well and be kind to yourself. Excuse me. We do obviously have an inner strength, a lot of us, and we have to draw on it. You have a lot of inner strength, but you also have to be kind to yourself. You have to remember that you're full steam ahead here with these cards. You're trailblazing. You're driving things forward. Things are happening. You've got to remember to take care of yourself. So that inner strength is needed, not just to keep the momentum going, which is important, and you'll need that to keep your energy levels high. You're also going to need to remember to be a little bit kind to yourself, sort of a little bit of inner work, a little bit of thought processes and thoughts being controlled, remembering that they are only thoughts. Take what you need and disregard the rest, because otherwise it becomes troublesome. You don't want too much stuff going on in your head, because I have that cloudy feeling, but then I've also got this clarity coming through. So let's use that clarity and let's use this sense here, this energy here that takes you out of your head and just moves you forward and takes you more to your heart space, your heart center, where you should always come from. So taking your awareness down and coming from your heart. And this is lovely. So again, you know, I mean, this could be animals as well, because it is a cat after all. Some of you could have some cats, or you're getting a cat. I've got a sense of a new home coming up as well for a lot of you, moving home, because I've got the I've got the sort of picture coming in my head of a cat by the fireplace, you know, as you kind of traditionally think, that sort of hearth and cat. So some of you could be moving. You could easily be moving into a new dimension of yourself as well, which is very productive for you, which is really nice. So that moving, new home, possibly something new coming into your awareness, something's changed, a little bit like that celebration card that we had a moment ago, when I said it could well be that you're just coming to some kind of realization, something's making sense to you, and it's inner work, it's that you know, it's you finding you, which is lovely. So I've got a sense of you just taking it steady, even though there's a drive there and a determination there. The steadiness would just involve me taking care of myself and knowing that I've got X amount of energy, but I've still got to take care. So that would figure, wouldn't it, for the second week? And then going into the third week, you have, can you see that there? You have the Lovers. Just get that into view for you. Yeah. So you've got the Lovers card here. So 2. So look at these birds flying in unison. So this is you in a relationship. Could very easily be that. Could be a partnership, as in a business partnership. It could be your actual relationship, you know, your significant other, you're with somebody important. It could be 2 children that are in your life as well, or you and your child. There's a union here. Whoever this other person is, they're significant. And they're significant in a very nice way, because you're flying together, you know, swimming together, as it were, walking together, doing things together. If it's a business, then it's going to take collaboration, it's going to take conversation, it's going to take organisation, which is where that lovely your skill, your intellect will come in. And as we talked about at the beginning, that sort of trailblazing, you doing things. This is you just accepting a little bit of help, but actually working very well with somebody. So there is a strong partnership element to this, a union. It could also mean that you are thinking about travelling, you are planning a holiday, which of course some people do in January. They, you know, Christmas has just been and they're thinking, oh crikey, there's a few months of this darker, shorter days, so let's get the holiday booked. Where are we going to fly to? It's that kind of thing. It could also mean that this is you coming into your own and just flying, you know, that sort of transformation, coming out and feeling freer so that you can fly, not feeling quite so hampered, so pinned down. This is you moving, which is lovely. And then the other part of the sort of kind of the end of the third week, I beg your pardon, you've got the 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands here, this is bringing me to you, to your home, to your roots, to what's important to you, to your goals, your desires, where you see yourself going. So if this is home for you, this is about you making a home. This could be that you're moving into a new home, as I mentioned. You're moving into a new phase of your job as well, because it does pull towards the goals and the desires, but it's very positive. It's very artistic, it's got a flair to it, it's got a good feel to it, it's got a good centre to it. So your goals and your dreams and your desires and the things that you want, which you started off with at the beginning of the month, that this is where I'm going, I'm kind of leading from the front, you're still doing that. But this is your home life, this is your roots, this is where you see yourself, your stability, where you feel sure-footed. So in a relationship, you need to know that you've got all bases covered. You need to know that you're on sturdy ground, that the foundation is strong. And you also need to feel that in your work and in any kind of studying or partnership that you're in. So that seems relevant, prevalent to you. And number 4, just because it's number 4, might actually be something that's quite important to you. You might find 4 comes in somewhere. You notice number 4 or 4's lucky for you. But this brings me definitely around to me feeling good about my actual status, you know, where I am in this world. And then moving on to the third week, you have the Ace of Swords, which is lovely. This is something that will be very valuable to you. Excuse me, this is something that's very wanted, something that's needed, and something that will make you feel rather good, because this is a gift. And you know, like the your actual card here, your strength card. If you turn them around, they've both got the affinity signs on them. So it's when the Ace of Swords comes through, it's clarity. There's a breakthrough. Something's happened, and it's not just your thoughts. Although that is sort of like something's broken out and something makes perfect sense. As I mentioned with the three here, the Three of Cups, for instance, that sort of celebration or that realization that you're just feeling better. This is you definitely feeling better. This is things happening. Excuse me. Really good for you. So I like the colour here because that's the artistic side of you. That's the singing, the dancing, the writing, the music, that whatever it is that you do on a creative level, and you do it well, because you can really voice your opinion when you've got the Ace of Swords. You can really project yourself in any manner of spheres, on a stage, writing, drawing, just talking to people, on the radio, whatever it would be for you, that form of expression would come very easily. And this card says you've got help. You know, it's coming from above. You're being divinely guided. You're being shown the right way to deliver things, the right way to receive things, and to get to the root of everything. If there's something on your mind, it has to be expressed. And it would also ask you as well, this kind of card, if you're in a relationship, like we had the two here, didn't we, that conversation's everything. The ability to express yourself in a sincere way that makes that other person feel comfortable is really important as well. So communication being very strong here, going into the third week for you, and then fourth week, I beg your pardon. And then at the end of the fourth week, so the end of the month, you have here, well, that's lovely, isn't it? You've got the Two of Cups. Look at that. So we've got that two. We had the two earlier with the Lovers. Now we've got the Two of Cups. And so there's an emotional feel to this. This could very, very likely be a relationship, two people in a relationship, two people being important, like you and your significant other, whoever that is. Could be your child, but could also be a business relationship when you're really just connecting with somebody, you're working with somebody and you're getting on. You emotionally, you both get each other, because I've got this sense of strength here and this clarity coming through, and your ability to communicate being very strong. So this would also indicate that on an emotional level, when you look back at the month and you say, well, I started with this kind of moving forward, you know, standing out from the crowd and leading the way, I'm now feeling very good about what's happened during the month and the choices that I've made and the conversations that I've had, and I've been kind to myself and I've been kind to others, because we get what we put out, don't we? If you want to receive, you've got to give. That's what life is about. So it's a two-way street, isn't it? There's a union going on in life that we have to participate in. We can stand alone and do a certain amount because sometimes we have to. We are the drivers of our own car, aren't we? The thinkers of our own thoughts. We make things happen. But we have to work with people, and we all, most of us will want some form of company at some point or other. So we're working with that tool of being able to communicate and get on with somebody and want to be with them, for them to like us and for us to like them. And that's what this card shows, this union, along with, if I just get the Lovers, you see here, these two cards? So this is a union. This is two people getting along well. It's lovely that we've got these roses here, because that's always a beautiful gift. I mean, who doesn't like flowers? I mean, it's nice to give flowers, and it's very nice to receive them. I know I love receiving them. And red's a beautiful colour. Red's your energy. Red's that fire that you've got. So show the love and then receive the love. Give it, and so it will come back. As you send it out, so it comes back. So see this month being really, really, there's an intensity to it, but it's not on a level that you can't cope. It's what you need. So ask for what you want, put yourself forward for what you want, project it with honesty and with love, and it will come back to you, because that's the order of things. That's what the universe wants to do for you. You're on a journey, so enjoy it. I mean, it's pretty lovely. And then the Animal card. Well, this one came out for you, which is Cobra. Look at that red, look at that energy, which of course is you, isn't it? That fire sign energy. But what I like about it is the direction that the energy is going in. It's taking me up. It's kind of filling me with energy, and it's sustaining me, and it's keeping me going. And as that cobra comes up and sort of stands there very proud, so he, she, you are able to stand in your own space as you were at the very beginning here. You're able to be the person that you want to be. I find this quite transformational. As you go through the month, there are some changes going to be made because you've got the ace coming through, and I feel a change, some clarity coming, that communication, the celebration, suddenly something making sense to you. And this is you being able to express it. It could be that you can speak a couple of languages, or somebody that you meet is bilingual. You know, there's something about this. There's something about tongues. There's something about conversation, and there's something about travel with it as well, because I get that sense of you wanting to make some plans for travel. Very Middle East, very, you know, very interesting. You're going where it's hot. You're going where the desert is. It's that kind of feel. But when I think of the desert as it was coming through in a picture for me, then I don't want you to feel alone and that sort of barren, that sort of my feet are hot and there's no, you know, I've got nowhere to cool my feet down and I'm feeling on my own. You're not on your own. You've got this union that's coming through for you here on your relationship side, whether that be work or personal. There is something there for you. So you look within, and this card would definitely ask you to do that, because it feels transformational to me. It feels like I can, as a snake would shed its skin, I can be something else when I need to be. I don't have to be this person all the time. I've got the ability to change and to evolve. And that's what this card would be saying to you as I'm feeling it for you. So I think that's really nice, don't you? It's great, and it's got all your energy. And then lastly, and very aptly, as the cards always do, you get, let's make sure you can see that all right. Yeah, you've got, you're a leader. So there you are, you're a leader. We know this. We know this. It started off with that and it ends with that. So know your qualities, know your leadership qualities. Lead from the front, lead from a place of kindness, lead from, I mean, look at this sword, lead from an understanding. I know where I'm going. I am direct, but there's a way of being direct, isn't there? There's a way of putting across your thoughts, your feelings and your opinions, because the way you deliver something is the way then you'll receive your response. So we always do it coming from a place of, you know, our heart, coming from our good centre, not coming from anywhere that's a little bit too pushy. So lead from the front, lead from your heart, and lead from that place that you know is instinctively right. And then what comes back to you will be exactly what you need, exactly what you want, and exactly what you hope for. So your communication is going to be very important this month to you. At work, at play, at home, in the relationship. It feels strong for me. There's a lot of strength there for you to have. There's a lot for you to achieve this month. So you've got to go forth. You've got to seize the moment, enjoy it, but learn from it along the way, and look out for those signs that come along that make you suddenly realise, it's making sense to me. I know what this all means now. This relationship's making sense. Work, whatever it is, the way that it actually unfolds for you, the way it presents itself for you, because we're all different. So it comes in different guises and different surprises for that matter. So I see this being a positive month for you. And You're a Leader is a lovely card for you to come in with and to go out with. So thank you for listening. It certainly looks like a very nice month for you, Leo, and very well deserved. Thank you for watching the video. It would be very much appreciated if you would like this and if you would subscribe, as I'm really trying to get my subscribers up. So I've told a couple of the signs this. Someone said to me that YouTube is a marathon, and it is literally a marathon getting those subscribers. Now, I have no problem with marathons. I mean, I have no problem going the distance, but would be great if I could have a helping hand along the way. And so if you could subscribe because you like the videos, that would be lovely. Okay, well, I'll see you in February. If I don't see you before, have a great January. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.